For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never, ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crying in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
Welcome to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. NewsSpin is on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. As always, don't forget to like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell, and that is to help the channel grow. We go up until 2 o'clock this afternoon. In a bit, your calls at 452-2979, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, 716-2026. And Amanda is already going through some of the comments in the chat room, and she'll be having some updates for us. We have been monitoring the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa, which struck Jamaica and is currently affecting Cuba. In the case of Jamaica, we are told that several people are homeless. Destruction done to homes as well as a number of buildings, including hospitals. And with regard to loss of lives, I do not have an update on that, but we know that in the run-up to the storm, 3 people preparing for the storm perished, but we'll have an update for you. But we are told that so far the authorities in Jamaica have not determined whether people have lost their lives during the actual passage of the storm. We'll have an update as well regarding our St. Lucian students over in Jamaica and how they weathered that particular system. All that and more between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon. I have to continue to knock on wood here in St. Lucia because we are still in the midst of the hurricane season. Here is hoping that we will continue to go through that period without experiencing any major fallout, any destruction to infrastructure, or any people perishing as a result of any weather system before the 30th of November, which marks the conclusion of the hurricane season. Let's start off with our NewsSpin news of the day. And the NewsSpin news of the day reads, in Jamaica, infrastructure is severely compromised with serious damage to hospitals, schools, and homes. The hurricane is now a Category 2 storm lashing Cuba. Once again, our NewsSpin news of the day reads, in Jamaica, infrastructure is severely compromised with serious damage to hospitals, schools, and homes. The hurricane is now a Category 2 storm lashing Cuba. It is on course also to affect Bermuda and the Bahamas. We now hear from the island's Education Minister, Mr. Sean Edward, and he spoke with the host of the NBC morning program, Zafenu, with regard to our students in Jamaica and how they were able to weather that storm.
Extremely pleased with the reports that are emanating out of Jamaica, in that our St. Lucian students are safe. We have no reports of any St. Lucian student being injured or being seriously impacted by the passage of Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica. I was particularly concerned about the 6 students we have at VER Technical in Clarendon, because Clarendon, from the initial forecast, was in the direct path of the hurricane. But thankfully, so to speak, the hurricane did veer west, and Clarendon was not impacted as badly as was initially thought. And the 6 students we have at VER Technical, they were able to ride out the hurricane. I spoke with one of the students, and I also spoke with the dormitory coordinator on Miss Kellen Dare, who provided me updates, voice notes, assuring me that the St. Lucian students were safe.
You just heard there from the island's Education Minister, Mr. Sean Edward, and he spoke with the host of the NBC program, Zafenu, earlier on today. Let us hear now from the Minister with responsibility for local government in Jamaica. He is Desmond McKenzie, provided an assessment of the damage in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa.
We are not in a position to speak about any deaths because we have not had any reports of any deaths so far. So we cannot presume that there are deaths. I'm hoping that there are no deaths to report on. But we are not in a position to make an official statement on deaths because we have not received any such information. The general overview is that the country continues to experience the Hurricane Melissa, and the weather experts have given you a full picture of what is presently taking place and what we must expect over the next couple of days. I want to speak a little about the situation in St. James, which was severely impacted yesterday. The Barnett River overflowed up to 16 feet of water, covered sections of Montego Bay, Westgate, Catherine Hall, Howard Cook Boulevard, the Freeport, Alice Eldemeyer Drive, Barnett Street. Public infrastructure was severely impacted yesterday in the city of Montego Bay. The infirmary was damaged. The municipal corporation, 2 floors was flooded out. Jarrett Park, where the homeless population was housed, we had to remove them to a different location. The St. James High School was being used. There are problems there. We know what is happening at Sangster International Airport, and following the tour, as Minister Dixon said, there will be a full detail on the state of the Sangster International Airport. We have now been getting some level of communication between sections of Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, Westmoreland, and St. Elizabeth. And most of the calls that we have gotten are distress calls. persons trapped on roof. The JDF and the Jamaica Fire Brigade, up to last night, we were contemplating what sort of approach to take, especially to Catherine Hall. But based on the conditions that existed, the first respondents decided that they would move, and as I speak, they are presently moving, especially in the Catherine Hall area and those areas, to see what the conditions are and to take persons out who are in need of getting out. Already we know the situation with the Ministry of Health and the number of health facilities that has been badly affected. The Black River Hospital has been devastated, for want of a better word. Falmouth in Trelawney, Cornwall Regional, the Noel's Homes in Hanover, and as I said before, the Black River Hospital, Percy Jr. in Manchester, Lionel Town and the St. Anne's Bay Hospital have all had some effects from the hurricane, and steps are being made. But you know, Jamaicans, in the middle of all of this, a baby was safely delivered under emergency conditions. So there is a Gilbert baby, a Melissa baby, and we want to commend the team who responded to that. And there were, as a matter of fact, we have information that 2 other additional deliveries occurred. One mother is resting comfortably while the other remained under observation in the Savlamar Hospital. So we are a great country, and despite our challenges, we rise to the occasion. Our road infrastructure, we have not had a full rollout yet of the damage, but I know there are a lot of block roads. The municipal corporations, the National Works Agency, already the National Works Agency was active last night in clearing access to the road leading to the Palisades Road and other main roads. So by the public will see some general activities on our roadways, making the roads accessible so that persons can move about. Fallen trees. I'll be meeting in a short while with the Jamaica Fire Brigade and the Municipal Corporation and the National Solid Waste Management Authority to map a strategy as to how to approach fallen trees. I want to urge the JPS to move, especially within the corporate area and other areas where there are fallen lines, and I said it yesterday and I want to repeat it again this morning. We are now in the process of beginning the cleanup exercise on our main roads. There are a lot of lines that are down, so we want persons to be very cautious in doing so. We have flooded roads. The NWA team is mobilizing to clear block roads and to assess damage. As conditions improve, some of the roadways that were affected are Dalvey in St. Thomas, Hampton Green in St. Catherine, Caledonia Road in Manchester, and other roads right across the country. So we are just being specific based on the information that is coming into us. And by now, all the municipal corporations that can access their various municipalities will be out doing what is necessary. The question of search and rescue, as I spoke about that is being undertaken in a meaningful way, and all the necessary things will be done to ensure that persons who need to get out is in a position to do so.
Jamaica's local government minister Desmond McKenzie speaking earlier on today, providing the nation and the rest of the world with an update regarding what transpired during the passage of Hurricane Melissa. And so far, updates are being made and not in a position to determine whether any lives were lost during the course of the passage of that storm. But no doubt, destruction done to infrastructure. We have a number of homes destroyed, a number of institutions, buildings, housing institutions were also destroyed. A number of communities are without electricity, and they're continuing to carry out that assessment to determine the way forward. The BBC is reporting Jamaicans start to reveal devastation as hurricane causes floods, power cuts, and splits city in two. Also, at least 20 dead in Haiti as Jamaican minister warns Hurricane Melissa recovery won't be easy. In St. Lucia, the island has recorded another homicide. And also coming up from derelict Dam Mall to completed Orange Grove. And inadvertently, somebody says elections will be either in November or December in St. Lucia, and the date for elections over in St. Vincent and the Grenadines has been announced. But first, Kenrel Kareem, the latest victim of a homicide in St. Lucia, my information that individual was shot in the Gara area and he succumbed to his injuries at about 4 minutes after midnight, and he is 26 years old. His address is unknown. So the island records another homicide as a result of a shooting incident. The latest victim is Kenrel Kareem, 26 years old, and the incident occurred at Gara just after midnight. So 4 minutes after midnight. The behavior in the eyes from the perspective of somebody who is in the diaspora, the behavior of some supporters of the respective political parties in St. Lucia leaves a lot to be desired. And he's making particular reference, and that's him saying, poor people. The poor people out there are behaving in a vulgar manner while they are supporting their respective political parties. And you have seen it. Not something that a story that I'm manufacturing, something that you're not aware of. Occasions when you see parts of the anatomy that you're not supposed to see. They're so vulgar. I don't know, it's because of the passion that they have for their respective candidates and political parties. But as far as this individual is concerned, why do you believe that the well-to-do in our society, the rich people in our society, the middle class in our society, do not behave in that déclassé kind of manner? Those people are not only on the sidelines, They're at home, spending time with their family. They would watch the various launchings on television, ensconced in their homes, drinking the alcoholic beverages, consuming the alcoholic beverages, and so on. But the poor people, according to that individual, who are not likely to benefit directly from any of those parties if they win an election through contracts and opportunities and to serve on boards, they are the ones who are belittling themselves, going to the campaigns and misbehaving and cursing and so on. According to that individual again, there is instant gratification for those individuals. What they get? A little chicken, a little rum, a little something, transportation, free t-shirt, and so on. After the election, those well-to-do, prominent individuals, they are the ones who are calling the shots. So says Ellis Francis, St. Lucian residing overseas. So you people, pay attention. He's addressing us in Creole.
Étoile y flambeau. Rama des autres questions. Maman étoile, maman y flambeau. A parlé c'est mon qui a sous la oui hein. Pas c'est bourgeois puisque c'est bourgeois pas sous la oui exote. Non. Bourgeois pas jump up their truck, ka boy home, ka mate. C'est autres, maman les pauvres, c'est autres qui a sous la oui a. L'élection finie. Même si c'est étoile qui gagne, même si c'est flambeau qui gagne, autres style pour ça. La vous pas qu'à changer. En seule manière où ça change la vie, c'est les pauvres ni pour venir ensemble et puis goumer pour les pauvres. Là, ce goumer encore des autres c'est gangsta. Les autres ni jaune versus red. Les autres c'est gangsta. Pas Californie avec ces places là, c'est pas ça qu'a fait. Les autres ni pour ni les pauvres et puis bourgeois. C'est ça les autres ni pour ni. Si vous pas changer les pauvres avec bourgeois, tu vous autres fun. Regardez, excusez-moi là, je devais là juste là, mais moi c'est original badman, de là ça juste qu'à sortir naturellement. L'aspect qu'on autres monte sous là oui a, ça ka mater kon jamais homme et jamais femme. Mater accordé oui, les moins choc là ka passer. Même pas là sous yo sous là oui, on flag yo ka mater bon da yo pas ni respect. Flambeau ebe les bas. Sous yo de respecter quoi yo pour politique. Mais je me une question. Réponse ça pour moi, yes or no. Et si c'est bourgeois à sous là où il y a exote? Question je me et si c'est bourgeois qui que toi paye contract là? C'est bourgeois qui que toi paye travail by ichio. C'est bourgeois qui que toi paye l'argent sigouya. C'est bourgeois qui que toi paye faveur simplicia. Et si vous avez sous là où il y a un épisode qui jump up, by pièce coulée, by front boy, by étoile. Ou pas, ouais, yo, c'est mon qui by étoile prend rien, yo, j'ai sous là où il y a, puisque ça, yo, que toi paye, ça, yo, que toi paye, c'est pas des temps, yo, qui jump up là. Yo, que toi prends un plat à manger, et que toi prends un rhum. Ça, yon, l'élection finie, c'est là pour yo garder pour bourgeois à présent, yo, pas regarder pour zot. Zot pas une cervelle. Ok? Anti wam we ho jaka fait comme macaque. Anti wam zod we jaka fait comme jamet no mek jamet fama sou la oui. Mais si porter qu'on zod respect et catchile les pauvres c'est pour zod venir ensemble maman c'est ici. Puisque après élection gain zot pas toi payer rien encore puisque yo pas besoin zot. Yo pas même pour faire téléphone call zot encore. Yo pas même changer ou. Ou là qu'on non mon step in là sou la oui, ka mate et ka couiller. Là, c'est autres pas honte. Mais mon yon question pour demander autres avant mon double vidéo ça là. Yon question. Et si c'est bourgeois qui que toi paye contract là, qui que toi paye faveur pour ichio, qui toi paye position, est-ce yo sous là ou yon exot? Non, l'idée m'a dit moi non, mais amon dit moi oui hein, puisque moi vle savent. Les mots de bourgeois, n'a pas c'est mon qui jani kayo. Belle machine. Tout yon bon position qu'à travailler. Yon l'argent. OK? C'est yo qui bourgeois. C'est maman les pauvres là, c'est autres qui a sous là oui qui fait geste macaque. Et si là ni pièce bourgeois parmi autres. Parce que ma ouais pièce bourgeois là puisque c'est bourgeois pas maté bunda yo sous là oui qui de respecter mon comment dire mon ka ouais autres ka fait. So répondre-moi. Et si c'est bourgeois qui jump up à sous là oui exote. C'est mon qui toi peut travailler like position. Les gouvernements yo venir pouvoir. Et si yo l'exemple, bah ouais yo. Zot yon mo ka là parce que yo ka servi zot kon zouti. Yo dit pour mettre en zot, zot la kon vieux truck. De pour mettre garçon dans il crank il bon. Mais quand fait zot ça, seul faveur yo ka fait zot c'est wom là yo ka ba wa sou la ou avec plat manger yo ka ba wa sou la ou après élection yo pas même vle ou. Souvenez bon office là yo ka di police ti yo là. Ou pas rien là. So veille cause autres. Venir ensemble, c'est ici, venir ensemble, maman les pauvres, planter, vous comprenez? En beaucoup en chotwell, en what by a moon. Vous comprenez? C'est qu'on était avant, hein? Ça dit ça, ça veut dire. Vous comprenez? C'est ça, ça ni pour faire. Si les pauvres pas venir ensemble pour les pauvres, puisque c'est ça qui va rester en ghetto ensemble. Après élection, vous voyez ça, ça qui fait. Oui, puisque on l'a fini d'aller. Et freeness la ka fini tale. Exot tout qui a sous la oui, cash and ride. Et c'est bourgeois, c'est yo qui ka manger viande. C'est yo qui ka toi travail pour ichio. C'est yo qui ka toi position. Contract et c'est bail ça. Zot pas toi pas rien là.
Justin Ellis Francis. Et puis ça idea to voué. Let's take your calls at 452-2979, 2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. This is the most monitored talk show in the world, where we take your calls and go through your WhatsApp messages. And let's see there if we have some of your messages. And my apologies in advance, because I'm not always able to go through most of your messages, and I know how you feel about that. Let me see if I have a WhatsApp message. And somebody just sent a WhatsApp message, and it says there, I have a question for Mr. Leonard Spider Motud. It is said that in one of his speeches he said, and I quote, that if the UWP party wins the election, that they will terminate all the home care workers who work with the elderly and disabled. Is there anything to that talk? I'm sure that Mr. Motud is listening to the broadcast, and he can provide some clarification to this by calling the program anytime from now. We are standing by for his call, among other contributions. And we have a call on the landline. Let me go to that call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
See, I called to ask and confirm something I heard. Is it true that the government borrowed $40 million for Slasper to repair the wharf yesterday?
Caller, I heard that. I've not received confirmation from that regarding that particular story. So I have no confirmation, but I've heard about it.
Then I am asking, what has become of GPH?
Mm-hmm.
The monies they have collected so far, are they not doing the works that they're supposed to be doing? Wouldn't that fall under the umbrella?
That would be very strange if that's the case, eh? And I think that statement was made with regard to Slasper having to take a loan to carry out certain works on the Castries port. That would have been made by Mr. Guy Joseph. But I've not been able to confirm it with regard to the government, the authorities, as far as this is concerned.
Well, I need to verify that. My information that it was in cabinet yesterday, not in cabinet, parliament.
In the island's parliament, okay. I've not been able to view parliament, the proceedings.
Okay. Well, verify. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. 452-2979, 452-2979. Your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Again, 716-2026. And let me see if I could go through some more of your WhatsApp messages. And somebody says there via WhatsApp. Okay, I can't go through this one. Another one says there, in regard to the lady calling about the newly recruited fire officer, got it from good grounds that it's been a while since they've been getting paid now. And we have another WhatsApp messages. Somebody says there, Tim, these CDC buildings have the most rum shop and bars. Many young persons, including ladies, congregate on that street. What a shame for those who encourage the downfall of the youths of this country. Shaking my head. And Mr. Motud is on the line, the PRO of the opposition, UWP. Mr. Motud, good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes, Tim.
Yeah, you called to clarify something because somebody did ask a question.
Yes, and if I got the question correctly, what was it is that I said that the UWP is going to terminate the caregivers program?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm not surprised. The SLP says just about any and everything, especially the more desperate they become, the more he just the stories. Let me just clarify this. I never said so, and that is not the case either. As a matter of fact, the United Workers' Party is going to strengthen that program because there are not enough caregivers currently to cover all the people in this country who require that service. Besides strengthening the program in terms of expanding it, we are going to ensure that the conditions for the workers are far better than it is right now and far better than what they intend to make it, because having people who have served in some cases over 3 contracts on probation, we are going to eliminate that because when it comes to industrial relations and so on, that is not a correct practice. That is not right. That is not fair. That is not just. And so we are going to make good on that.
All right. So thank you so much for the clarification, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. Just so there from the PRO of the opposition United Workers' Party, Mr. Leonard Spider Mutut. Let's continue with your calls, 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, 716-2026. And somebody says there via WhatsApp, that is for the Mali Ways, the contribution there. And let's see, another one says there, Tim, to the video you played, tell this man if I'm home and unemployed seeking assistance for a very long time and haven't gotten it as yet, and I've never been to a motorcade, does this class me as a rich and wealthy person? That's according to a WhatsApp message. But I think you have really missed the point, because what he's saying is absolutely correct. That most of those people who are considered to be middle class and rich, they do not venture to those various launchings and campaigns and activities. And especially if they do go out there, they do not behave in a vulgar manner. And we have seen even people disrupting political meetings in a very aggressive manner, and vulgarizing themselves. I mean, and that is to the extent that they will go because they love their party and love their candidate so much that they will engage in acts that are considered to be shameful and unacceptable. We have a call on the line. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon to you.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
You okay?
I'm all right. How about you?
Not too bad, sir. Tim, I concur with what you just finished said there about the gentleman who made a video, about the behavior, the conduct of our people during election. Now, let me say that quickly. Tim, I saw something happen that was on, let me be very precise, that was on Monday night. I was driving a particular place and UWP had a meeting. I can give you the place, the area in Newport North. This gentleman out of nowhere, now I call him a gentleman. Let me call him a gentleman instead. With a red t-shirt, he comes in the middle of Kakal meeting, again, repeatedly, and continue to shout at the man and want to disturb the meeting. Tim, you believe that is a good thing?
It goes without saying, sir, that is unacceptable.
And I witnessed it, Tim. That's not dicey or hasty. I mean, I'm a man. When I call these broadcasts, I don't just say things that I don't see. And I was like, why they're doing that? You don't want to hear what the man is saying. Don't come to the area. Stay at your home. If whatever the man will say there, sorry, it's not going. You're not going to be happy with it or confident. Partner, stay at your home. But no, he's so hot. People have to hold him and drag him somewhere to go with him. And I have said before, all the disturbances that you are seeing in some meetings, it cannot be conducted by a UWP. UWP are another one doing that. I cannot recall him. Every time this thing happens, make sure he's a Labour Party supporter. They're aggressive, they're prepared to tear you apart and move a t-shirt, whatever, you have stickers on your vehicle. They want to remove that and tear it and throw it down. But anyway, that's not what I call for. Tim, what happened in Jamaica there? I know a lot of countries, they get the national out in arms way in Jamaica. I saw part of video of what happened in certain places in Jamaica. It's really touching. And let me remind people that there is still a God. While we on earth doing all our bad behavior, there is a God that is in charge of this planet Earth, not human being. And I was surprised that the Minister of Education could tell you how he contact a student and they go home prior to the storm. He say, we are praying for you all. When other national was able to get lifted the national and put them in another country or bring them back home. And I am saying that because look this coming Sunday. There is another Labour Party rally in Surizella. I'll call it a bloco if you like. And we were told every time there is a bloco, it costing taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars just to host those things.
Well, I think what we know, it costs a great deal amount of money, but I don't know it costing taxpayers directly. It could be certain individuals are making contributions to those campaigns and hoping that when the party wins, that they will get their pound of flesh. But I don't think we should say without any evidence that the taxpayers are the ones who who are funding those launchings or those campaigns.
Maybe no, Mr. Poleon. I don't say no. I don't. Timothy, the government in power, they have the finances of the country in their hand, You hear people calling you every day, telling you how potential candidate are dishing out money everywhere, doing contracts with state fund in their hand. You believe that is private citizen businessman that giving them that money to do that?
It could be, caller. We don't know the source of the funds. We don't know the source.
Tim, I can understand. I probably can, but then it might not stay in my head for too long, what you're telling me there. Because the guys have the coffers, and everybody know how the sellers operate. Money in their hand, and they will do anything, Tim, which to win the election. They will go, whether they spend money all over the place, make sure to win the election. And Tim, it says, you remember that the candidate first result came out and said Bradley Felix didn't do anything. That was Poleon before. She said Bradley didn't do anything first result. But then Bradley came before and tell you contracts that were supposed to be in the hands of the MP went in the hands of that particular lady to do what she wants and choose who to get jobs in that constituency. Yeah. And this is bad. This thing is very, very, very bad. I just thought I had to say that. And it's a warning to people. If you don't like what the money, you don't support that party, the person have their meeting, stay at your home. Do not break people's vehicle windscreen because you see a yellow stickers on it and that, because you are going to put your own life at risk, because it's not everybody that will park the vehicle and say you do that and they will not put you down. So we want a peaceful election, but those who are in charge of those groups, those political parties who are in charge of those people, warn them and tell them not to go in people's face. Respect everybody's opinion. Don't try and slap a man because you say you're not voting Labour. You're out of place to do that because you're going to pay a hefty price for that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for calling, sir. We have a call via WhatsApp as we say hello and good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Timothy. How are you? I had to call today.
I'm okay, caller. Good afternoon to you.
Good. It's a long, long time I haven't called your show, but I had to. I'm a little bit disturbed by the video you showed. Mm-hmm. We must stop, how will I say it, degrading people because you may think they are poor. Now, let me tell you, I'm going to speak for the United Workers' Party motorcades and their rallies and whatever. I have been to it, and I can tell you, I haven't seen any of the people behaving in a very disrespectful way. Now, if the people are at a motorcade or a rally, obviously, don't they have blood flowing through their veins? They're going to dance. They're going to jump up. If people have a little drink, they will do. I was at Marcella's meeting, and there was this guy. He drank, an elderly gentleman. He drank. And he was just there dancing. He came and danced with me, Jocelyn Fletcher pulling him away. I said, let me dance with him. And, let the people enjoy themselves. People sit in the diaspora.
Yeah, but I think we know where the caller was coming from in terms of the vulgarity, in terms of you seeing all, the body parts, and, of certain individuals.
Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. But you have to be very clear. Clarity is important when saying things like that, because I take umbrage, because at the rallies, there are, I don't want to call people Malawi, but there are the middle class, there are those who may be struggling, there are those who I have seen all classes, from the millionaires down at the rally. So what is he talking about? So let me tell you, those who want to mate and do all the craziness, you cannot classify everybody in that category. Now, when he comes to say about the rich people getting the contracts, the rich people getting this and that, so what, you forgetting about the middle class? You forgetting about the Malawi? We must stop projecting. This is diabolical to be saying that, yeah, I know you say Tim, you agree with him, you understand where he's coming from.
I think he was on point, because you see, what he also said is, after the election, and you have a victor, let's say it's the SLP or the UDLP, you seldom find it, it's something that is easy to happen, where the poor man, the poor supporter of those parties are able to connect with their respective
tell
MPs,
you.
because the ministers automatically
tell
is
you.
very busy, no longer can take your call, you know, he's chasing you away from his constituency office, etc. That's the reality. It's true.
Now let me tell you why that happened. It's because the citizens and let me ask you something. Let me just ask you something, Timmy. If the poor people decide not to vote, who's gonna win the election? 99.9% of St. Lucians, I don't like to call people poor, but are poor.
Yes.
Are rich people gonna put them in office? No. So when we say things, you have to be critical. I'm a bit upset at that because calling people poor, the poor people need food. They need things too. Don't talk to them like that. They come and some of these people I meet at those rallies. You know, the horse can see for themselves, but the ordinary people I meet, I love them. They are not ordinary people. This is why we want the politicians. When UWP gets in, you've got to take care of these people. We do not want to give the people a little contract to say clean by the road, step 3 months. No, we want them to have monies coming in every month that they can feed their family. This foolish contract, step here, they have the caregiver, his friends. No, we must stop that. Everybody needs to eat now. Alan Shasney, I must give him props for that. This is one thing he did, and some people beat him up for that by saying he was helping everybody. But that's what the Prime Minister has to do. Help everybody. And honestly, Tim, this guy, I take umbrage because I go to the rallies, I go to the meetings, I'm enjoying it. I am not seeing anybody. Those who matter and doing their thing, that's their problem. But do not classify everybody as that. Thank you, Tim.
Okay, caller. Thank you so much. Good afternoon to you. A well-behaved young lady, Amanda King. Tell me what's happening in the chat room, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Tim. Good afternoon, Spinners. Tim, a few comments here via Facebook. Someone says, PJP called the election and stopped the nonsense in the House. 2025, you're coming with the same racist garbage while you sell our country to the same white people you hate. Hypocrites. A comment here reads, on the PJP, we go one step forward, 2 steps backward, and the PT has prepared for St. Lucians. A NewsSpin says, Tim, if this Melissa had hit St. Lucia, what would be the outcome of the 80-year-old St. Jude's Hospital? Someone says, with all that concern, you never thought of bringing them home. Anyway, praises to God for them being safe. A commentator reads, I find the Prime Minister didn't do enough for the students in Jamaica. Someone says their prayers also goes out to the people of Cuba. A NewsSpinner says, imagine the Jamaican local government minister reported with absolutely nothing political spewed out. Can the same happen here in St. Lucia? Another commentator reads, Team, not everyone that votes for contract or position on a board. Some of us vote for the development of our country and community. Someone says, our team, the killing and gun violence continues, yet the government shows no care in the world for the people, poor people who continue to get killed, who are the young men of St. Lucia. Yet the government ministers are criticizing the advocates against the crime scourge that is destroying the country. St. Lucia, let us not forget that our children need protection from the gun violence. Let us stand up against violence. Commentator reads, the good thing about moving to the diaspora is that you become more sensible because everything you need, you have to earn it. There's no government handouts, so see for yourself. But well said, and hope they pick sense up from that. The majority wouldn't. A NewsSpinner says, a poor man or woman fighting daily for survival does not give a dash about the rich man or woman in St. Lucia. Survival by any means necessary, so let's not be inconsiderate to the struggles of the daily man and woman.
Thank you so much for that update, Amanda. We have a call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air.
Yes, Tim. I heard the Prime Minister in the House was speaking about Shasney father take his father money to send him to school and all those different things. Tim, any father will have the best interest for their son. Just like Philip JP's daughter is at CIP getting $6,000 a month. And I bet he sent her to the right schooling and to get the best education. So my point, what I'm trying to bring across is, Tim, I hope the Prime Minister is listening, that St. Lucians are not foolish. St. Lucians will not buy for what he is saying. If I'm a father, I'll give, and I have the resources, I'll give my child the best resources to get the best education. Just like his daughter is working at CIP, getting $6,000 a month. She probably is going to the best school, and all the rest of the Labour Party people, they're taking care of their children. So please. And one more thing I want to say, Tim, before I go. In Central Castries, we have a young man. I call him the great David of our time. And he will remove this evil man, they call Richard Frederick, from our political scene. Have a blessed one and tell your people to vote United Workers' Party, and the youth themselves vote United Workers' Party, because we see clearly that the United Workers' Party have a plan, and that plan is to give each man, each young people their land, and they're going to get that land for good rate. So when they pay off their land, by every month they pay off their land, they themselves can take a loan now off their land to buy a truck, to do whatever they want to do. We have a plan. The 7 SOS plan will save St. Lucia away from this evil SLP government. Have a blessed one, Tim. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have a call on the landline. Hello and good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You on the air?
Yes, good afternoon, Timmy.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
All right. Timmy, I have taken a back seat and asked myself, what is it that they have done to some of our St. Lucian people? You know, the man was a Junior Creole team, and the man had a simple outfit. Everybody calling the man Master. I mean, I don't know, I don't understand what is so happened in our country. The man is a typical St. Lucian, the man born and raised in St. Lucia. But what I'm saying again, the very same people are complaining the man, Timmy. The country is selling our passport to those same white people. And the very same people, some of these, the taxi drivers, they relying on the tourist dollar to pay, to feed their family and to pay their loan. So why St. Lucian so thing with white? I mean, Tim, to me, we should think better than that, man. You understand? The man at Junior Creole, there are so many other people at the event. They had a problem with the man for his outfit, calling the man Master. I don't understand, Tim. I mean, we're really backward, Tim, in this country. We're really backward and biased. Tim, have a good afternoon, sir.
You too, sir. Thank you so much. Which takes me to our NewsSpin question of the day. The NewsSpin question of the day reads, what role should race play in St. Lucia's upcoming general election? What role should race play in St. Lucia's upcoming general election? And what prompted me to ask this question? Comment that was made during a sitting of the House of Assembly yesterday by the MP for Castries Central, Richard Frederick, speaking in Creole.
Jodi a, Mr. Speaker, Journée Créole Internationale. C'est un jour nous ne pouvons réfléchir à ça grand-maman nous et grand-papa nous passé pour l'appétit, ces gens blancs qui te caban nous cool, qui a floc même. Yo le gars bat nous avec fouette, Mr. Speaker. Et jodi jour, nous non maman parlement ça qui a still fait nous changer. Ça yo te ka fait nous et qui a mandé les sept lycéens pour faire nous même bagaille là, ces gens blancs te ka fait ces gens noirs. Jodi a, Mr. Speaker, Journée Créole Internationale. C'est un jour nous ne pouvons réfléchir à ça grand-maman nous et grand-papa nous passé pour l'appétit, ces gens blancs qui te caban nous cool, qui a floc même. Yo le gars bat nous avec fouette, Mr. Speaker. Et jodi jour, nous non maman parlement ça qui a still fait nous changer. Ça yo te ka fait nous et qui a mandé les sept lycéens pour faire nous même bagaille là, ces gens blancs te ka fait ces gens noirs.
MP pour Castries Central, Richard Frederick. Tout ça veut dire ça. On nous pas quitter ces boucs ça là. Continuez. Mettez bêtises en l'idée nous. Les nous ka voter. Pas veiller à ce un bouc blanc et ben un bouc noir. Veillez d'autres l'année, 4 l'année actuellement. Maintenant, taxe nous ka payer en Saint-Lucie. You create health and security levy. La l'homme là nous pour payer pour gaz pour mettre en motocano. Qui monde qui a fait ça? Un bouc blanc? Nous ni un bouc blanc as premier ministre actuellement. Nous ni un bouc blanc qui en part cabinet là actuellement. Ça nous ni c'est Saint-Lucien qui parle créole et puis yon noir. Et c'est moun ça qui ni actuellement qui ka paye tellement pour gaz. Le nous aller à gas station nan. Ek nou ka paye tellement pour commission. So magade si nous tenons un bouc blanc en pouvoir, ça de kay différent. Bien choma nous pas ça veille bay kon. Ek se même bouc là qui ka parler about bay Jean Blanc, bay Jean Noir. Tous ces projets là, faire un hôtel, faire un chimé, nous les podcastries. C'est Jean Blanc qui a fait tous ces gros projets là. C'est Jean Blanc qui a fait tous ces hôtels là. C'est Jean Blanc qui a boire et puis manger et puis. C'est Jean Blanc qui voulait pour venir Saint-Lucie comme touriste. C'est mon ça, yo pas hypocrite. An fini. Et puis ça fait Jean Blanc et ça fait Jean Noir ça là en Saint-Lucie. Ça pas qui moun nouye. Ça pas qui moun nouye because c'est moun ça qui just servi nous pour yo venir pouvoir ben wete en pouvoir. Yo vle nous pour veiller bay là nous pas vote bay Jean Blanc ça, bouc blanc ça dans Chasne. On vote bay Jean Noir tout seul. Ça c'est yo c'est moun ça qui met chaque division en Saint-Lucie. Et yo c'est hypocrite. Sou kay voter pour un monde qui sa fait bay ba ou mais pas sous couleur moun nan. Pas pis yo haut. Pas pis yo kout. Pas pis yo blanc. Pas pis yo noir. No pani pour kachile comme ça. This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, somebody says inadvertently that elections will be either in November or December. We'll be hearing as well from former Prime Minister Alan Chasney and a whole lot more, including your calls and your WhatsApp messages. And of course, we'll have some more updates from Amanda regarding the comments in the chat room. Wasco wishes to inform the public of planned maintenance on its raw water pipeline on Tuesday, November the 4th, 2025. During this period, water pressure and supply to customers from Millet to Cap Estate will be affected. Upon completion of these scheduled works, residents at higher elevations and at the end of the distribution line may experience additional delays as the network stabilizes. The public is therefore strongly advised to collect and conserve water where possible. Wasco apologizes to its valued customers for any inconvenience caused as they work towards infrastructure resilience and restoration of regular water supply. Look out for updates on Wasco's website and social media platforms. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
Programme CIP a wede bâti pays Saint-Lucie. Nous ni pour protéger, préserver avec fait plus fort pour l'autre génération qui va venir. Tous les années, CIP a mis en place millions à sous millions de dollars pour bagaille qui pourrait chez nous. Maman l'école, jeunesse, moun qui n'a besoin de traitement médical, chimie, l'hôpital, bâti communauté, employment et puis développement national. Citizenship by Investment CIP, c'est sans nous pour protéger, sans nous pour nous chaîne, pour en primaire cette lycée.
KFC, yo, we back with the vibe. Strips and dip combo, flavor that rise. Free crispy strips, fries on the side. 16-ounce drink, sauce for the ride. Order for 25, deal so nice. Go down and crunchy, can't think twice. Barbecue, honey, mustard ranch if you wish. Dip it, dunk it, finger licking bliss. KFC, brand new flavor. Set the mood, strips and dip is back, finger licking good.
Lazarus's Funeral Home is here for you. Lazarus's Private Cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's Private Cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's Funeral Home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tombs. Call us in Vidbuta at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Are you ready? Get set. Let's go green with Loose Select. No more paper, no more mess. Easy billing, no stress. Use my account to pay online. Pay
NewsSpin.com today and sign up to my account to pay your bill. Request a temporary or new connection or switch an account to your tenant's name. Do it all online.
Personal, paperless, use the virtual service desk. Are you ready? Get set. Let's go green with NewsSelect.
Chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today. 451-6559. La Clinique du Corps, because time is vital in health.
At First National Bank, we believe being first means putting you first. Your first home, we've got the mortgage. Starting your first business, count on our commercial loans. Dreaming of your first car? Drive it home today. Heading to college? Let's fund that first big step with a student loan. No matter the milestone, make First National Bank your first choice for all your loan needs. First in service, first in trust, first for you. Call us at 455-7000 or visit your nearest First National Bank branch today so we can help put you first. First National Bank, here for you.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastuche Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, casting sand and plastering sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastuche Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastuche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
It's in the feeling in our we talk. It's in the meaning in our spark. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Cause the rhythm of life keeps pumping. Together going strong. No matter what, we keep things flowing. Before we will go all in. Our hands up in the sky. Celebrating. Come let your rhythm flow.
Every day, St. Lucian women give everything to their families, communities, and dreams. Yet breast cancer still claims too many lives. Now, St. Lucia is making history. For the first time, state-of-the-art 3D mammography is available right here at home. Donated by the World Bank through the Health Sector Support Program, these advanced machines are a major step forward in universal health coverage, and they're free. Women 40 and older or younger, if at risk, can access this life-saving service. Visit your local wellness center for a referral. Early detection saves lives. Free mammograms, universal coverage. Your wellness center is your first step.
The following is a paid political advertisement.
Some people may want to compare successive governments as it put into, and that's the question what they've done, right? And then most times they tend to compare capital works, you see? But then construction and capital works is not, that's not all.
Everybody's getting a piece of the pie, I must say. Children are getting laptops. Those are writing a CXC, they can get 4 subjects. Pensioners, it's like there is a piece for everybody has a piece.
And this is not about money politics or nothing like that. This is just being realistic.
Accepting the caregivers, for instance, you know, the contributions to the teachers and stuff like that. Getting some of the teachers that have been temporary during the and not get paid during the August break. So at least getting these people paid, you know, I think it's very good.
I'm not really a political person, but
so far so good. We have no problem for now.
SLP making steps, yeah? Yeah, we're making steps.
I like Auntie Emma, I love Auntie Emma. Auntie Emma have done a lot of things for the old people, the young people.
As a Baptist, yeah, you give both labor, both flabo. But one was flabo, they're not giving labor. They're not giving Labour one of flabo. But now, he's not on that. He's giving everybody. And I love him for that. I love him. He's my hero.
Because she has done a lot for Sufrians. Plus, I'm happy and Tiema is there because she has been taking care of my sister child that died over 2 years. She gave my sister child laptop, money, school, everything. I'm happy. Philip JP, I hope you stay for another 25 years again. I love you, my boy.
You see, everybody has their opinion and has their views. So if I come out and I say that Shasni not doing nothing. If others doesn't say, that's up to them. But all I know, I'm seeing it. Shasni is not doing nothing. It's as simple as that.
I support my people. I support who supports me. I support our youths. All of these people you see that there, they're gonna have a child or a grandchild or something that would want to go up for election, or that would want to have a doctor's office, and they would want our support. So why, when one of us decide to come up for election, you want to put us down for a stranger, for a foreigner? You could tell me what you want there. You want to put us down for somebody that's out the road. This man just come to Tiroshe a couple years ago and come and rep it. Before that, he knew Tiroshe. He didn't even know the name of the place, and he still don't know the name of the place.
Prime Minister cabinet, see about school, health center, hospital, just name it. The youth economy. Oh my Jesus, what? Oh my God. Labour Party supporters not doing that. They're not quarreling. They like to hug each other. We come in with peace and love, and we're moving forward together. And that's what we want good government.
This Sunday, November 2nd from 3 p.m., the St. Lucia Labour Party proudly launches Keithson Keitho Charles, your candidate who will lead with courage, compassion, and competence. Join us at the Lafargue playing field as we stand together with our political leader and Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, to celebrate leadership, development, and opportunities for all St. Lucians. This Sunday, November 2nd, Schwarzel Saltibus comes alive with Keithson Keitho Charles and Prime Minister Pierre. We are moving forward together.
Time to grow with Keitho, you don't know.
And the preceding were political advertisements on the most monitored talk show in the world. And now let's hear from the leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Chansney, from derelict Diamall to completed Orange Grove.
I was on my way to Parliament, and I was passing by the Dahir Mall, the Ohab Dahir Mall, which is now Orange Grove. And, you know, I had to remind myself the number of days when I was Prime Minister that I was driving by and I saw this derelict building. And I said, we've got to make that operational. And here today, we get to see the fulfillment of a dream of taking an old building and now bringing it back into operation. And it's to see the number of businesses. Now we have KM2, which is taking, I think, one of the floors or a half a floor. We've got a pharmacy, we've got electronic shops, we've got a grocery store, and most importantly, the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court. Again, that was something that we had designed from the beginning and worked with the developer who bought the ground floor of the building for him to now build this out. And the rent was about $8 a square foot. And so he did the whole refurbishment, and now we have a world-class court that's being built. Compare that to the Halls of Justice, which is going to cost us over $16 a square foot. What I'm also very proud of is now that the information is out. We sold the ground floor of the building for $5 million US. Remember, government bought this building and the land for $10 million US. So we sold the ground floor for $5 million. We subleased the upstairs part, assigned it to the developer, so that he now would pay for the entire development, and we would pay him back over a 12-year period at $4 a square foot until it was paid back, and then we would now take back ownership of the top 2 floors. Over 35,000 square feet remains here empty. It remained empty for over 4 years. Think of that. 4 years the government could have been saving rent, and instead, to spite me, but affecting the people of this country, did what they did. But you know what? Action speaks louder than words.
Former St. Lucia Prime Minister, Mr. Alan Shastin. Let's continue with your calls and your WhatsApp messages. We have a call via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon. NewsSpin, you on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, team. Good afternoon, Amanda.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon, caller.
Team, I love the way you put it to the people a while ago as to how they're supposed to vote. That was a good way of putting it. I mean, Tim, what I want to talk about here is that GPH business.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we don't have all the information, Tim, I mean, we can decipher certain norms, as they call it, when we see what is happening with our ports. Tim, one would want to think that when you have a contract with a private entity, that the contract supposed to start as to the date that the contract was signed. However, some information that we're receiving, that's not the case with that GPH. Now remember, I stated we do not have all the information in front of us. So we can say allegedly based on what we're hearing. Now, why am I saying all of that? I listened to your ad, and your famous ad you run in these days, you know. It's a paid advertisement, so it's not yours anyways. But people talking about, you know, this guy just come in this community or this district, whatever, they want to represent us. Are we really serious in this country, Tim, as to what is really happening? You know, and I may not agree with all what the gentleman said that clip you played earlier, but there is a lot that we can take out of what the man said. You know, these people that are taking the time out to make those silly comments, they really need to assess their lives, you know, because if they cannot see that there is a campaign that have been going on since 2016, well, before 2016, sorry, you know, on Mr. Shasney, you know, and whether he's a white man or a black man, who cares what the man looks like? Who cares? If the man is competent enough, you know, let him do the job. I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just.
But why are we openly discriminating against people based on the color of their skin? So I mean,
let me tell you why, Tim.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why, Tim. And you see, it's a very good question you asked. I hope many people ask that question when the next time somebody openly discriminate another person, because that person feels that the person is more inferior over the person. So their own insecurity, Tim, they put it on you to make you feel like you are nobody when they're the one who don't have enough confidence in themselves. You know, it's like the bully, Tim, the bully in the classroom, Tim. You know, Tim, I listen to the Prime Minister himself. This guy is no good actor himself, you know. You know, because I listen to this guy, and I don't know if he really pays attention to what he says sometimes. Because he said that, and I quote, he said that, well, Mr. Shasney bread is butter, not mentioning his name, but we know who he's referring to. He said that his bread is buttered, so when he leave politics, he's okay, basically, to the sense, that's what he's saying. However, he's saying there are some people that come into politics with nothing and they depend on politics. Why should you depend on politics if that's you coming into it, Tim, to give a service to the people? Why should you depend on it?
Yeah,
makes me think. It makes me think, Tim, and here's what I came up with. How many of these ministers in government that actually own a business to employ any of the people that they're representing? It's just something I had to ask myself, Tim. And I think that's before we go to the polls, these are what we need to ask ourselves. And you see the nonsense that these people keep telling our people, Tim, that, oh, the government is taking money and give to the white man, or the government is taking money and give there. Tim, that diamond is a testament to a man that have vision. This is a testament to a man that can see something that nobody can see, or most people don't see, and put it into fruition, Tim. Tim, when you look at other countries, and I can say for where I am, Tim, a few years ago, the government of Canada actually put in $20 million in a building, Tim, in a structure, just so Volkswagen can come and make batteries in a particular town that there is not much activity there, Tim. You know, so in order for people to move and leave there, because they want more people to move to these places to probably start, maybe a town or a city, something of that nature, right? Because that's how we start. You bring the infrastructure, you bring the work, you bring the people, right?
Yeah.
So when they're saying this, the government know how it will get that money back to him. Because if I bring the jobs, then obviously I'll be collecting the revenue. Even if I put money into it. Now that $5 million that people complaining about, and some ministers making it a big issue, that they're saying that Mr. Chasney sell the diamond for $5 million and give back the developer the $5 million technically. Well, if he sell it for $5 million and he give it back to him, why is the country about to own the 2 top floors of the building? That doesn't make sense, Tim. That doesn't make sense. But yet still you give somebody, and they keep saying outsider. Now, I'm not that kind of person. I believe anybody can come and invest their money in the country as long as they're legitimate and they follow all the laws of the country. But don't tell me we have an asset that is contributing to our GDP, because money comes from people that every person that walks through that corridor, Team, they have a head tax on them. And this is directly impacting our people. But you take it away and you give it to the same quote-unquote white man you keep bashing when you sit in parliament. You don't see we have a problem, or they know who's listening to him and who's not listening. They know that, and we need to be careful, my brother.
They are playing on the ignorance of some sections of the society. That's what they are doing, because, that's what demagogues do. They're playing to the emotions of the people. Yes. So the fact that, man, you backward in your thinking and your mentality, you're not so sophisticated. You go into the booth, you see a white man, and then you see a black woman. You want to vote for the black woman, and not on the basis on who can best represent your interest. That's what it ought to be. That's what it ought to be.
That's correct.
And those people were talking there, like the MP for Cashville Central, who has condos, he constructs condos and so on. Who does he sell his condos to? The white people when they come to St. Lucia.
The same white people.
The white people.
The same white people. Tim, if you go on, because they know who's watching them, Tim. They know who's listening and they know who's not. These people, most of their properties are being sold online in US dollars, Tim. So they know for a fact that the gas station attendant cannot afford that condo that they're building. But does that prevent them from building it? But here's what they're not building, Tim. They're not building affordable houses for those people. They're not. They will stop one if they see it happening by a previous administration. They'll stop it based on technicality, or whatever nonsense that they come up with. You see, we need to educate our people and make the people understand that there is no white man that is running our country today. For the past 4 years, Tim, these people need to ask themselves, am I better 5 years or 10 years ago than I am today? I heard this lady talk on an interview stating how she goes to the grocery store and stuff are more expensive. Why is it more expensive if the black man is still leading you? The black man is leading you, yet still you're paying more. Bus is more expensive. Gas is more expensive. Tim, why are we letting the fools lead us like this? Why? Because these guys, anybody with a little bit of knowledge can see through the nonsense these guys are doing. Let's pay attention, people. Let's wake up and stop sleeping on us. Pay attention. The interest is supposed to be new and not in those politicians. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Somebody says there via WhatsApp, race should play absolutely no role in the upcoming elections. Do St. Lucians know what the white in the national flag means? And they're white St. Lucians? SLP needs to stop their racist ignorance. They love white people when it's convenient for them, when they can get kickbacks and have the real estate portfolios expand exponentially, when they can get CIP money to fill their pockets. RF needs to shut his mouth on as get off this race card, period. All right, let's find out what's happening in the chat room. Amanda.
Tim, a few comments from earlier. Someone says there, in reference to the last video Tim played, there are better ways to uplift and unite the regular man and woman in St. Lucia versus being inconsiderate to their reality. Commentary reads, how someone acts at a political campaign has little or nothing to do with their financial status and everything to do with their moral compass. Call a spade a spade. Someone says here, to quote Nobel laureate Toni Morrison, the function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from confronting the real issues. St. Lucia's future depends on rejecting racial distraction and focusing instead on good governance, fair development, and leadership embracing all its people. With general elections expected by mid-2026, the choice is clear. St. Lucians must reject proponents of racism and division at the polls. Let us vote for unity, integrity, and progress, not cynical politics that put us against each other for short-term gain. It continues, our nation deserves leaders who see beyond race to the shared humanity that unites us. Let us build a St. Lucia where diversity is celebrated, justice prevails, and progress is assured for all. Racism has no place in our politics, our economy, or our nation's pride. And NewsSpin says, Tim, but here's the thing that's shocking and disturbing about the disruptions of the UWP meetings. It is that there are video evidence at different meetings showing these disgusting behaviors. Even when Kakal made his comments, they came out and chastised Kakal but not condemning the behavior of their supporters. Even now they are still doing it, and the leadership of the SLP has nothing to say as if it is acceptable. Commentary reads, imagine you have the option of removing people from danger. You choose to leave them there with the hope that everything will go well. What if it didn't? NewsSpinner says it's time the ministers keep their comments to the bill and issues being presented. All the added boo-ha-ha isn't needed. Another commentary says, what is this, man? Shut up. St. Lucia depends on white people. Isn't tourism the main industry? And NewsSpinner says, you see these days, as he can't travel on the diplomatic visa, he behaves like a rat in a trap eating wire. Another commentary reads, I cannot believe that was said in our House of Parliament. A commentary says, that's nasty politics. Instead of doing work and taking care of the people properly, instead of giving them crumbs, they are talking this garbage to win the elections. If SLP wins based on these tactics, then St. Lucians are really in love with the crumbs and $5 to block a hole. Someone says that St. Lucia is a developing nation dependent on loans from worldwide institutions. How would national banks look at us if they were to see those clips? Shame on the ministers, who should be upright citizens but rather use their time in the House for tasteless theatrics. NewsSpin, make it make sense. NewsSpinner says if Allen started referring to the Minister of Local Government as an Uncle Tom, then all hell would break loose. As the people of St. Lucia, we should stand up and say enough is enough about all this BS about race. The minister is spewing and realize he is doing the citizens of St. Lucia a disservice and causing division. Commentary says, I am voting for climate resilient hospitals. Look what happened to Jamaica. NewsSpinner says our PJP is confused, realizes the ground is shifting faster than anticipated. His words reflect some level of uncertainty. Commentary says, today marks 7 years since Kimberly DeLeo was murdered. The murder weapon is allegedly still walking. A few comments here via YouTube. Someone says, man, the poor even getting angry with their family members because they do not support the same party. NewsSpinner says here via YouTube, RED stands for Real Economic Development. Commentary reads, team, so we have nothing to discuss but discuss who wears short pants and who cannot speak Creole and who white, really? Commentary reads, can we not see a storm is coming? Our region is heading into a military conflict. NewsSpinner says here via YouTube, we need to prepare for the new Caribbean reset, starting with Trinidad, Guyana, and Grenada. Can't we see our attention should be on how we can strengthen national security, making agriculture resilient? Commentary says, the black man raised everything on us. NewsSpinner says here via YouTube, Taiwanese Pablo. Richard Frederick doesn't understand the focus of Creole Heritage Month. Commentary says, like I have said, there is no honor in the house of horror we call Parliament. And the commentary via YouTube, it says, Richard Frederick is the worst thing that has ever happened to our politics in St. Lucia. The speaker sat there and let him spread all that hatred. The speaker is despicable. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much. And what's in the platform, the Facebook platform, somebody also says, Tim, I really want to know why is Dr. Anthony saying nothing to his colleagues? How does he feel when these comments are made? This is the most monitored talk show in the world. Still to come, somebody inadvertently said that general elections will be called either in November or December. Stay with the broadcast.
Don't tell me that tire flat again. I just changed that tire.
Wait, what? You just changed that tire?
Well, I bought a used one because you didn't give me enough money.
Oh, I see. Well, you know what? Chivi's Tire Shop only carry brand new quality tires at affordable prices with free installation.
Hey, it seems you're working at Chivi's Tire Shop. How you know all that?
Come on, Brenda. The tire shop down the road from our home in the American Drywall Building.
Oh, yes. I forgot. Well, you know what, Patrick? Let's go there right now. Take your wallet. Let's go.
Chivi's Tire Shop, located at the American Drywall Building, Vic Bouteille. Call or WhatsApp 584-5986. Chivi's Tire Shop. Pay less, drive more.
Lucilec averti ou pour point précaution durant saison cyclone Salah. Mi an ti commission qui kaywen de ou protéger la vie ou ek propriétaire ou. Pouye Lucilec avant ou trim et ben couper pied bois qui pouye ligne électrique. Veillez pour ligne courant électrique avant ou monter l'échelle. Fait assurer l'échelle, scaffold et bout d'outil ou ka servi pas vini moins qui 10 pieds hors ligne courant électrique. Pas jamais servi appliance et ben outils qui ka servi courant électrique. Des wall côté qui mouillé et ben en la pli. Ça c'était en commission hors Lucilec.
Tired of sky-high bills and a planet on the brink? It's time to go green without burning your pockets. At First National Bank, we are here to make saving the planet affordable. Whether you're installing solar panels, purchasing a water tank, upgrading to an inverter AC, or buying a hybrid vehicle, we've got the green to help you go green. Fast approval, low interest rates, and Mother Nature approved. Your future self will thank you. Visit firstnationalbankonline.com or call 455-7000 for more information to help you turn your green dreams into clean realities. First National Bank, here for you.
KFC, yo, we back with the vibe. Strips and dip combo, flavor that rise. Free crispy strips, fries on the side. 16-ounce drink, sauce for the ride. Order for 25, deal so nice. Go down and crunchy, can't think twice. Barbecue, honey, mustard ranch if you wish. Dip it, dunk it, finger licking bliss. KFC, running flavor. Set the mood, strips and dip is back. Finger licking good.
Chronic back pain, arthritis, spinal injuries, nerve disorders, even painful cramps. These conditions affect daily life, but you don't have to live with pain. Every day matters when it comes to your health. At La Clinique du Corps, we provide fast, accurate diagnosis with advanced GE-certified MRI technology and internationally recognized specialists. Our focus is safe, effective treatment that restores mobility, relieves pain, and gives you back your quality of life. Call 451-6559 today. 451-6559. La Clinique du Corps, because time is vital in health.
Are
Are you building, renovating, or just looking to add something to your property? Then look no further. The Block Factory has all your concrete product needs in stock, from 4-inch to 12-inch concrete blocks to high-quality concrete pavers at an affordable price. Whether your project is big or small, we're ready to serve you. Visit us today on the Cul-de-sac Bextor Highway, right at the entrance of Farron, next to the Stone Surgeon. Top quality blocks await you. Call us at 720-6752. The Block Factory, building your future one block at a time.
This Sunday, November 2nd from 3 p.m., the St. Lucia Labour Party proudly launches Keithson Charles, your candidate who will lead with courage, compassion, and competence. Join us at the Lafargue playing field as we stand together with our political leader and Prime Minister, Honorable Philip J. Pierre, to celebrate leadership, development, and opportunities for all St. Lucians. This Sunday, November 2nd, Schwarzel Saltibus comes alive with Keithson Charles and Prime Minister Pierre. We are moving forward together.
Time to grow with Give for You Don't Know.
Need branded apparel that looks sharp and shows up on time? Welcome to Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts. We specialize in custom embroidery and t-shirt printing for businesses, teams, events, you name it. From embroidered logos on polished Oxford shirts, available in a variety of colors for men and women, to bold, high-quality printed tees that turn heads, we do it all. Bring your own shirts or choose from ours. Small runs, big orders, rush jobs, no problem. At Imprinted Designs, we're built for speed, efficiency, and clean professional results delivered on time, every time. So if you want your brand to stand out, not wait around, come down to Imprinted Designs at the Valmore Plaza or hit us up at 451-2920 or email address imprinteddesignsSLU@gmail.com. Imprinted Designs, where every stitch counts.
1, 2, 3.
Hello, St. Lucia. I am Ezra the Fun Machine, and I'm inviting all proud and patriotic St. Lucians to the St. Lucia Taiwan Partnership Trade Show happening at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay from the 7th to the 9th of November 2025. Let me tell you, the best and brightest entrepreneurs will showcase their talent and creativity, so you don't want to miss it. It's going to be a vibe. Hey, there'll be a cooking competition, karaoke, and a fashion show by Rafferty. On Friday, November 7th, yours truly, Ezra the Fun Machine, I'll be in the building performing live, and on Saturday and Sunday, entertainment will be provided by the Impulse Band. Come celebrate our brilliant entrepreneurs at the 18th St. Lucia Taiwan Partnership Trade Show, November 7th to the 9th. Opening time 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily at the Pavilion in Rodney Bay.
You asked for it and you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay. Flow is keeping you connected.
The Creole rhythm never stops, and neither should the celebration. Join us for the Creole Brunch After Party at Sandals Grand St. Lucia Spa and Beach Resort on Sunday, November the 2nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at our breathtaking Gardens Over the Water. Indulge in the very best of St. Lucian flavor and flair with authentic Creole cuisine prepared by our top chefs. Live entertainment, signature beverages, exciting door prices, and a keepsake 360 photo clip included in your all-inclusive package package for just $150 per person. Come savor the taste, music, and magic of our culture. The perfect way to keep the Creole spirit alive after the Creole Week. Tickets are available right here at our Sandals Grand St. Lucia Beach Resort and Spa. Secure your spot today and keep the rhythm alive.
The most monitored talk show in the world. Finally, we've been given an indication as to when general elections will be called in St. Lucia. I think that inadvertently we were given that information earlier today by the island's education minister and second deputy political leader of the SLP.
Our government is working. We will not allow our detractors to in any way interfere with our work program. We will continue to put people first, and I can assure you that when the Honorable Philip J. calls the elections, whether it's in the month of November or December, we know it will be a Monday. I am confident that the St. Lucia Labour Party will return to government, that our government is working. We will not allow our detractors to in any way interfere with our work program. We will continue to put people first, and I can assure you that when the Honorable Philip J. calls the elections, whether it's in the month of November or December, we know it will be a Monday. I am confident that the St. Lucia Labour Party will return to government.
From the Prime Minister, it will be on a Monday. Now we hear from the Education Minister and second deputy political leader of the opposition of the governing St. Lucia Labour Party. Let me stress, governing St. Lucia Labour Party, that whether it will be in November or December. So we now know it will be a Monday either in November or December. He inadvertently made that pronouncement. We will take one more call and then we'll conclude the broadcast on this, the most monitored talk show in the world. But first, let's hear from the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He has been in office for the last 5 terms, and he's seeking a 6th term. That is Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, and he announced yesterday the date that Vincentians will be going to the polls, and it is during the course of this year.
Earlier today, as required under Section 48 of the Constitution of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, I advise Her Excellency the Governor General to dissolve Parliament with immediate effect this evening, October the 28th, 2025. Her Excellency has accepted her Prime Minister's advice and has issued the necessary instrument, the proclamation to be published of the dissolution of Parliament as of tonight. All consequential, constitutional, and legal matters have been put in train for general elections. General elections will be held on Thursday, November the 27th, 2025. It will be a day of thanksgiving and rejoicing for Labour and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Nomination Day will be on Monday, November the 10th, 2025. It is now 9 p.m., so let's get ready to rumble.
Comrade Dr. Ralph Gonzalez says that general elections will be called in St. Vincent and the Grenadines November the 27th, and nomination day is November the 10th, and he has been the Prime Minister of SVG over the last 24 straight years, and is seeking a 6th term. Now, currently, his Unity Labour Party enjoys a 3-seat majority in the parliament. So it is 9 seats to the governing ULP and 6 seats to the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So he enjoys a 3-seat majority. It is 9-6, and he is hoping to win a 6th term on November the 27th. Any more comments in the chat room to report on, Amanda? And then we'll take a final call.
Just a few comments from Mitim. A few comments here via Facebook. Someone says Shasney's bread is already buttered, so he will not steal taxpayers' money like those who moved from rags to riches in 3 years. Comment here reads, Richard Frederick is playing the game of politics, but the truth of the matter is St. Lucians needs to open their eyes and see what is happening. And NewsSpin says there, Bob Marley quote, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Someone says there, it is so disgusting to listen to the proceedings in Parliament. What happened to those people? Even the man short pants was mentioned in the House. This is so disgusting. Commentator says there needs to be an audit of every department after the next election, and whoever cannot account for all the money should be called in to explain. Someone says here they are trying to rush St. Jude, then announce the date for elections. NewsSpinner says here just so PJP is talking about the man's outfit for Creole, nice legs, people put yours out too. Another commentator says there is no reason for the race card in St. Lucia. Zero race motivated police brutality, discrimination for jobs, services or education due to the color of one's skin in St. Lucia. It continues, these are the issues that people who are in countries with a racism issue have to deal with. Richard Frederick should be ashamed of himself. Is this all he has to fight with? It is in my view that if he was happy with his work, he would let it speak for itself. Someone says there is appeals to those who mentally believe color contributed to their demise rather than their own contributions. And a few comments here via YouTube. Someone says the only way for politicians to respect the electorate is for there to have general elections every 2 years. Someone says our role as citizens of a free society is not to give grades for performance, but to change and improve what we think is wrong. Commentary reads, in order to become a master, the politician poses as the servant. Charles de Gaulle. A commentary via YouTube, it reads, let us put Jamaica in our prayers. The white UK government just gave Jamaica an initial £2.2 million. So what is our black government giving to our brothers and sisters? Just asking. And a commentary via YouTube and NewsSpinner says the government has to stop that nonsense in the House, bashing people on their color. Where is the speaker? Back to you, Tim.
Thank you so much. Let's see if we can get a final call on the landline. Good afternoon. NewsSpin, you're on the air. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, sir. Final call.
Tim, the problem I have with our government, when the crude oil going high all over the world, and who controlling the crude oil all over the world is the white man. But when the crude oil going down, the white man bringing it down. Now we have a black prime minister. Why you not bringing down the price of petrol in our country? We all feeling it for how many years? You know, they're only talking about white people, white people. Look at the statement Richard Frederick making in Parliament. We must start in these guys. Stop bringing racism in our country, Mr. Richard Frederick. You're a black man. The man is a white man. All over the world, our economy is depending on the white people, which is the tourists. When the boat comes to St. Lucia, the taxi drivers benefiting, the vendors benefiting, the restaurant benefiting. Stop attacking white people. I condemn what Richard Frederick said in Parliament. And St. Lucian, your young people, you have the power in your hands. It's to defeat the devil of the St. Lucia Labour Party. And Philip J. Pierre, stop believing you and your Labour Party could play in our head, in our brain, thinking that we're stupid. Enough is enough. You all have to stop that and bring down the price of gas. Bring down the increase in the supermarkets. You're playing us and you're laughing at us. It's high time for that to stop. And for that to stop, I'm calling on the entire country to vote the St. Lucia Labour Party outside. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. That's the broadcast. Thank you so much for watching and listening to another edition of the world's most monitored talk show. My name is Timothy Poleon, inviting you to like the video, share, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the notification bell to help the channel grow. Join me this evening, 7 o'clock for the DBS News World and 8:30 Newsmaker Live. Goodbye.